Roberts was killed.
Like murdered.
I've gotten information that could have happened at your house.
I'm gonna go to prison for life.
You're being interviewed in regards to the crime of murder.
Murder? So, obviously, the jig is up.
And here's the thing. Okay.
Y'all pinning me with a murder.
Okay, well, because you shot him, Quentin.
I'm going to do life regardless.
Meet 17-year-old Bailey Forrest, a teenager who has just realized she will be spending the rest of her life in prison after murdering 50-year-old Robert Stewart. And as Bailey tries to blame imaginary friends for her crimes,
I'll die. The person who really did it will kill me.
that act will quickly fall apart once her mom steps into the interrogation room.
Well, I can tell you it's involving a homicide.
What?
Now detectives have just one question. Is Bailey really as innocent as she pretends to be? Or is there much more to Robert's murder than she is letting on? Because with every clue and every lead that detectives discover, they are led to only one conclusion.
There's a piece of the puzzle that you're not telling me.
I didn't kill him, Mom. I didn't kill him. And I watched his brain and everything. What? His brain.
On September 27, 2022, officers in Lubbock, Texas were called to handle something that, at face value, was pretty minor: a car blocking an alleyway. When they arrived, however, they discovered something much more sinister. In the backseat, they discovered the body of 50-year-old Robert Stewart, a grocery store worker who lived just up the road. He had been horrifically beaten, cleaned of evidence with bleach, and left in his own car. Fortunately, it didn't take police long to track down suspects. Just 2 days later, using fingerprints lifted from the vehicle, police were able to identify 17-year-old Bailey Forrest as a suspect. Now, why did police have a 17-year-old's prints on file? Well, let's just say it wasn't Bailey's first rodeo. She was swiftly brought in for questioning. The following footage was kindly provided to us by the Lubbock Police Department.
Bailey, I wanted to talk to you. I'm investigating a homicide involving somebody that you know, or at least acquainted with. His name is Robert. Robert. He's an older guy. And, forensic stuff is huge for us too. Blood evidence, DNA, fingerprints, all that stuff. And so, how do you know Robert? And I need you to be, this is incredibly important because this is serious, and so I need you to be incredibly
Yeah, I'm feeling really
honest.
bad right now. That's really sickening. Did he go by Rob?
Maybe so.
Cause I think I know who you're talking about, and I met up with him like 5 days ago.
Okay, where at?
My house.
Okay, did he come over?
Yeah, he came over to my house.
How did y'all meet?
We were just texting.
But how did y'all start texting?
He just started messaging me on Facebook.
On Facebook? Just out of the blue?
Mm-hmm.
Did you think that was weird?
Yeah, kind of.
I personally think it's weird because he's not much younger than I am. And
I wasn't making a smart choice, I understand.
No, but neither was he though either.
I'm gonna be honest, it was money.
Bailey seems to have forgotten something. The detective literally told her right out of the gate that they had gone through Rob's messages, meaning that they know everything she's saying about the conversation she had with him are a lie. Well, not the part about exchanging money, but the part about just talking? Absolutely. Fighting and a little Cheech and Chong in her phone are obviously the least of her worries, but given where she's going, she ought to hope she can fight. Now, Bailey mentioned her niece, and we'd be remiss not to talk about her, because though Bailey's actions are heinous, they do paint a picture of a childhood that was traumatic, and an example of how the web of dysfunction can catch so many innocent people in its grasp. Bailey's sister had a child when she was 16, and then struggled with addiction, which left her child, 4-year-old Kylie, with her aunt, and gave both Bailey's sister and Kylie's father, Justin Chisholm, visitation rights. On one unsupervised visitation, Justin killed Kylie. Bailey was 10 years old when her sister was in prison for addiction, and her beautiful niece was killed, which shaped their family forever. This doesn't excuse Bailey's actions, obviously. Her cousin Kylie's brother, who had equal struggles, has come out of the other side as a successful man. But it does show it didn't start with her, as these crimes often don't. Which may explain why the detective's kid glove-carrying approach with her gets him answers so quickly. Well, half-true ones at least.
One of the things about me, I don't really know how to be anything but, I mean, I'm kind of like just be straightforward with you. The reason we got a search warrant for your house is we're looking for any evidence that Robert has been in your house, and to find out if there's any blood evidence in your house. Did you know Robert is deceased?
You just told me a homicide, so I was kind of assuming.
Yeah. Robert was killed, and
like murdered.
Mm-hmm, and we've gotten information that could have happened at your house.
Okay.
Bailey, if you're 17 years old, right? The most important thing you can do is be honest. If he came over and something happened and somebody else did something, you need to tell us about it, and you need to be incredibly honest about what happened.
Will it be anonymous?
I can't say that it's going to be anonymous. I'm just being straight with you. There's very little in a murder investigation that can be honest. And honestly, like everybody knows, like it was fairly public. Anybody on that street saw us out there. And so people are going to know that we were at the house.
Like, will it be anonymous if I tell you what happened? Will it say Bailey Force? Because
eventually, so here's the thing, okay? Obviously, you know something, and I'm gonna be really honest with you. I have seen a couple of your stories on Facebook, and you seem to be incredibly troubled since this happened, and whatever happened at the house. And I'm really praying that you'll tell me exactly what happened.
Tobias is Stephen Tobias Salazar, a friend of Bailey's who was involved with one of her 4 roommates. Despite Bailey being 17, she lived in an apartment with 4 other people who were all under the age of 19. The lease was not official, and instead was under the table with the owner of the apartment, a 42-year-old man. And, as you'll soon hear, renting to a bunch of crime-committing teenagers went about as well as...
He didn't have any money on him. And after that, I don't even know, Tobias drug him out of my house. Tobias took him wherever he took him. And he came back, he cleaned my house, and he disappeared.
Okay. What was he hitting you with?
It was like a big, I don't even know what it was. It was like a big wooden thing. It went to my bed.
Oh, it's part of your bed? Is it still on your bed?
No.
Where is it?
I don't know. He took everything. Okay. Tobias has the stuff.
Okay. What all did he take?
I know Tobias was burning it.
Okay.
So you might not find it.
Do you know where he was burning it at? How do you know he was burning it?
He told us that's what he was gonna do. He was telling us, I'm gonna handle it, I'm gonna burn it, it's not gonna come back on y'all.
Was he messaging you this?
No, like this was in person. Like I was screaming at him. I was like, this is my house. What are you doing to him? Like, what are you doing? We were begging him to stop. Isabella was freaking out. I didn't know what to do. And then I'm not gonna lie, like I freaked out. In the past couple of days, I've just been mute.
Okay.
Mute. I'm not gonna lie, I've been keeping up with the news.
How many times did he hit him?
God, I can't tell you. He wouldn't stop. Like, he was just, I would say at least 20 times to the head.
Was he on the floor when it happened? What was Robert saying? Or what was he doing? He wasn't doing anything. What was Robert wearing?
I remember his shirt was inside out. Because I pointed that out to him when I first let him in my house. I was laughing with him. He was genuinely my friend. Not my friend, but...
Right. Yeah.
Bailey has told police 3 things so far that are true. 1. Robert was meeting up with her for sexual favors despite her being 17. 2. Robert was beaten to death with a wooden post from her bed. 3. The wooden post used to beat him was burned in the backyard of an abandoned home. But as for who did the beating and the burning, what she said is very much not true. Because despite being thrown under the bus completely, Tobias's involvement in the crime was limited.
I need you to describe everything to me as good as you can, and I know that's hard. I know that's really hard for you, but I need as much detail as possible. When you say you heard the first hit, where did that happen? Did you hear?
I heard him walk in the door, and then I heard a loud, like him falling, like a loud bang.
If I was a teenager, the last thing I would want on earth was my mom in the room while I was confessing a crime. Because I wouldn't be going to prison, I'd be in a grave before the police got a chance to arrest me if my mom heard these words come out of my mouth. Granted, this isn't Bailey's first rodeo. You remember the 42-year-old owner of the apartment that she called home? Well, he actually tried to kick Bailey and her roommates out for failure to pay. Instead, they robbed him, piled all of his belongings in their vehicle, and then pulled a gun on him when he caught the teen stealing. Promptly after, they moved into a new home, one that was littered with evidence of their much worse crime just a week later: murder. Clearly, Tobias isn't the only one. Inside the home, police found mountains of evidence proving that a murder did indeed happen there. There were several bloodstains on the carpet that had been poorly cleaned, but Tobias wasn't the one who tried to clean it up, despite Bailey eagerly throwing him under the bus.
Okay, because you've been, let me tell you real quick, you've been incredibly honest, and I don't want to talk to other people, and I don't want to hear that you had a more role to play in it than you did. I need you to tell me everything.
I do. I do know,
It's okay, you can tell
I'm gonna go to jail because I know all of this.
That's, what did I tell you from the very beginning? I needed you to be honest. You are not under arrest.
Oh, yeah, but I've known for 4 days.
And when you leave here, you're going to leave here. Okay?
How am I gonna leave and I've known for 4 days?
Well, because you're being honest with me right now, and you're telling the truth. That's a huge thing, is to be honest and tell the truth. But like I said, when we finish the interview at the very end, I'm going to ask you to swear to your statement, and I'm going to ask you to make sure that you didn't leave anything out and that you told me the truth. And I want you to be able to answer that question honestly. And so you need to tell me everything. Okay?
Well, the last thing is I do know where he took the stuff.
Okay. Where did he take it?
I have the address.
Okay.
I know that.
What's the address? Whose
In the
house is
back.
that? Is there a back house? Or just a storage
It's
building?
in the outside, in the backyard,
Okay.
and it's burnt.
Whose house is that?
My mom's old house.
Okay. Did you go, hang on. Let me pass this information along to somebody. Hey, Bob, or somebody. I appreciate you telling me that, because that's important, okay? And that's the kind of things that I'm talking about, that you need to be completely honest, and I appreciate you doing that.
I have
really
a picture of it because I did not spend time.
Okay. You have a picture of what? Of the body?
No.
Where it burned? Okay. Is it on your phone? Okay, what else do you have to tell
I love Bella so much.
me? Who's Bella?
But he is Bella. But he made her go with him.
Okay.
She didn't want to though. He made her go with him, I guess, so she wouldn't snitch or something. But to leave the car to take the stuff.
Okay. Who drove?
Him. She told me he drove and that she was freaking out and she was asking him to drop her off and he wouldn't, that he was threatening her. But he did make her go.
I need to ask you a couple of hard questions, and we're back to you have to be 100% honest with me. Okay? If we were to find fingerprints of yours on or in his car, why would that be?
I moved the car to the front of my side door with the bypass. I did anything he told me to do.
Okay. So you drove the car.
I moved it from the front of my house to the side door.
Okay.
And that's the most I did.
Did you help him load the body? Because,
I was out there, but I didn't touch it.
okay,
She touched his ankles.
because I'm gonna add, we're gonna get DNA from everybody.
That's fine.
Okay. And we're gonna check the car, we're gonna check the body, and if your DNA is somewhere that you haven't told me about, then it's gonna be a problem for you.
I
And so you
I
need
did
to
not
be-
touch the body once. And
Okay.
I is right hand to the man.
Okay. So
She pulled him by. She did help get him in the car, but I was blocking, making sure that nobody could see to buy it.
okay.
I'm gonna go to prison for life. And I didn't even want nothing to happen now. Can my mom come up here?
Mm-hmm.
I really want to see her before I go to prison.
What did I tell you at the beginning?
No, I know because I blocked the bias and I moved the car and I know it's all. I watch so many criminal minds. I know.
It's not always like it is on TV.
I know that. If I've had anything to do with it, I'm going down too. I already know that.
That's what you see on TV. That's not always the way it is in real life.
Fingerprints were found on Robert's car, but not where Bailey is claiming they should be. The only fingerprints that were discovered related to the crime were on the back door, where Robert's body had been hidden, and they belonged to Bailey.
So Isabella helped. Tell me what happened, Jennifer. Bailey, be honest with me.
She
Okay?
didn't want to help, and that's honest.
Okay.
He was making her. He was telling her, like, "You're coming with me. You're coming with me." And she went, and I stayed home. And you can ask her like this is honest. And I don't know what happened while they were gone. I don't know what he told her. I don't know anything that happened while they were gone, but that she freaked out so bad that she said she made him just let her off, and he left it in the alley.
Okay. He left what in the alley?
That car.
Okay. How did they get back then? Did they come back to your house then?
Isabella, no, they did not, and I went and picked up Isabella that next night.
Okay.
And I had her back at my house, and I wanted her to stay there with me in case this happened.
Okay. Now there's a piece of the puzzle that you're not telling me.
And what is that?
So you obviously you went with them, okay? Because you have a photo of them burning the stuff.
No, I did not go with them. But I was there when they burnt it. He didn't burn it then. Tobias made us burn it.
Okay. How do you mean?
Tobias wasn't there. He put it there and told us if we didn't, like, we had to go burn it. That it was at my mom's house. In my mom's backyard.
How did he know?
I don't know. I have never taken him there ever in my life. I have never took him there ever. And he was telling me it was in my mom's backyard. And so I went.
So why did you burn it?
Because I didn't want it to be in my mom's backyard.
Why didn't you just call the police?
Because I was scared. He will kill me.
I know, but...
He will kill me. What do you mean?
It's your mom.
Oh, tell her to
Is
come.
this Jennifer? Jennifer, this is Detective Gerber. I'm talking to Bailey at my office. She's wondering if you can come down here. We need you to help us out a little bit. And I'll let y'all talk for a little bit, and she can kind of tell you what's going on. Do you know where you get your license plates downtown? It's
Yes.
yes, please. Yes. I can tell you it's involving a homicide. Yeah. My address is that's okay. I understand. I'm going to text you my address.
In a way, Bailey was saved by the call there, because her explanation of why she had a photo of the burned evidence after claiming that she hadn't gone with Tobias to burn it, well, it's not holding up. And you don't need a high school education to understand why. Realizing two horrible things about her daughter at once. First, that she was exchanging sexual favors for money. Tobias is a friend of Bailey's who was involved with one of her 4 roommates. We do have to note, however, that Bailey was below 18 when she first started talking to men, which means that those buying favors from her were breaking the law and doing something immoral, regardless of her initiating it. Someone who is underage cannot consent with an adult. It's up to the adult to know better. In this case, many didn't. Secondly, Bailey's mom has realized that her daughter has been involved in a murder, the same crime that rocked their family to its core back in 2015.
Y'all lured some guy there.
No, that's not what happened. I didn't know it was happening.
I don't think she knew what was going to happen.
Without me knowing, we didn't know he was gonna do that. We were making him this fun.
Can you tell me the address?
Yes. I don't believe Bailey would do something like that. I'm shocked. When you said homicide, I was just like, I definitely didn't think it was this.
Mom, I was begging him to stop. What is him? Oh my God. And he was making us, Mom, he was so. And he's only 16 years old. The boy.
Would you mind, Jennifer? Here's the consent to search. If you want to read that over, this is for your house. We're just going to be searching for evidence of the crime. If you'll sign up.
Oh my God, Bailey. Oh my God, this is freaking crazy. This is so.
I didn't think I haven't been able to eat or sleep or breathe or anything. think I can leave with her?
Yeah. As soon as we're done, I just want to give you all a chance to talk. I told her from the beginning that she was going to leave today and that she's not under arrest, and she doesn't believe me. And so I said her mom could come back in here. She signed a consent to search so we can download her phone because there was the photo, and then she said there's some messages on Instagram and on Facebook Messenger, or just Instagram Messenger?
Instagram messages.
Okay, I think it's all the same app, but so we have an officer that's downloading that phone, and then as soon as he's done with that, he'll bring it back to me. And I'm just waiting to make sure. I told her I needed to make sure there's no surprises in the phone, and then y'all can leave.
I don't even know what to ask her. What is she face? I mean, of course.
So they're going to
So what is she?
facing murder?
What is she facing? Accomplice to murder?
There's really no, in Texas, we have the parties law here, and so if she's like, let's say if there was a setup or if she helped kill somebody, then yeah, she could be charged with murder, but just doing stuff after the fact, it could be just destruction of evidence, or I mean, there's several things, but if she's telling us the truth, then I mean, based on what she's told me, if I don't find out anything different, I don't know if the DA's office would even charge her with murder. She might be charged with for something else, for not reporting a crime or for destruction of evidence, but that's a whole lot different. That's a lot different ballgame. And she's not been in trouble before, so.
Well, you told him everything, right? Everything there is to tell. Best to be honest and cooperate.
That's what I told her from the beginning. And she's been cooperative for sure.
The detective leaves the room, allowing the two some private time to talk, if you can call it that with the camera recording their every word.
I'm not going to make it in county. Is she still with me?
Yeah. Probably not. You need a lawyer, but I don't have money for a freaking lawyer. I don't have money. I don't know what to put down. What to do. No, you're not.
Okay.
Where did they pick you up? Did they come to your house?
They came to our house. Oh my God. Armies. Army trucks. Bust to our door. With ARs in our face. Everything. And the girls still went home. And they know.
When the detective returns, he makes good on his promise, even though it won't be for long.
I'm not telling you that at some point in the future, when we present this to the DA's office, they're not going to say we need to file charges on her for destruction of evidence or whatever that decision is on their part. Okay, our job is to gather the facts, and we write our reports and we send it all over, and then they determine that. So I'm not promising you that at some time in the future we don't call you and say, hey, they want to file on you for this, but we'll communicate. Okay, the best thing you can do is, here's my card. My cell phone number is on there. You have it also. The best thing you can do is stay in touch with me, answer my calls, return calls when I ask you to, continue to cooperate. At some point, we may show you photos of Tobias and make sure that we have the right person. And so we may have to do that. and I need you to be available. Okay? That's the biggest thing, is you need to be available to continue to cooperate.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you have any questions for me? I know you're in shock. I know this is all a lot for you to take in.
Yeah.
But if you have any questions, you can call me.
And you can call me anytime.
Okay. But like I said, as soon as we get her phone done, we'll bring it back. That way you'll have your contacts. You can message your friends or do whatever you need to do. To the left.
Ultimately, Bailey was arrested for the murder of 50-year-old Robert Stewart. She was tried as an adult and took a plea deal, pleading guilty to murder in exchange for just 20 years in prison. Despite the fact that Bailey repeatedly blamed Tobias for the murder of Robert, he was not charged. The only evidence linking him to the crime was Bailey's statements, which didn't hold up in court. Because the other suspect involved was charged as a minor, her sentencing has not been publicly released. Our thoughts are with Robert's family and anyone who has been affected by this crime.
You're being interviewed in regards to the crime of murder.
Murder.
So obviously the jig is up.
And here's the thing. Okay.
Y'all painted me with a murder. I
Okay,
didn't
well,
do
because
it.
you shot him, Quentin.
I'm going to do life regardless.
This is 17-year-old Quentin Brown, currently realizing that he'll be spending the rest of his life in prison, because murdering someone comes with its consequences.
You're 17. You have your whole life in front of you. You need to tell us exactly what happened, because it was some crazy shit.
And as detectives continue questioning him in this never-before-seen interrogation, they will realize Quentin is far dumber than they could have ever realized.
How am I getting booked on a murder?
You told your
Just
sister you
explained
did
that to
it,
you.
dum-dum.
Yeah.
It's impossible to argue with a moron. I know you didn't just cold-bloodedly murder this guy. I know you didn't set off
Who got murdered?
the geek in the alley. Don't. Just
Where at?
really.
It was a balmy night on November 26, 2016, in Dayton, Ohio, when gunshots erupted in a quiet neighborhood. Police rushed to the alley where the shots were heard, and there, deceased in the front seat of his car, they discovered the body of 32-year-old Benjamin Werner. The scene was horrific, but it wouldn't take officers long to solve it, because the victim wasn't the only person parked in the alleyway. Police arrived at the scene so quickly after the shots were heard that one of the parties involved didn't even have time to flee. The driver of the car, who we only know as Cam, surrendered himself to police immediately and told them a tale that led them directly to the person who killed Benjamin, a 17-year-old delinquent named Quentin Brown. Within 24 hours, police not only have Quentin in custody, but they have a boatload of evidence proving that he was the man who pulled the trigger, not just once, but nearly a dozen times. Ultimately, he was the sole person responsible for the death of Benjamin Werner. Though, getting him to admit that, it ain't gonna be easy.
Okay, I'm Detective Cope. This is my partner, Detective Doherty, okay? We want to talk to you today. But before we do, since obviously you're like cuffed up and everything, okay, we need to read you your Miranda rights, okay? Now, we've been able to do this out on the street, we wouldn't be having to read you your Miranda rights, okay?
Right.
But since we brought you down here, and you're now in a room with four doors, windowless, this guy's sitting here, you've been sitting in a, I guess for lack of a better word, a holding cell for a little while, you would perceive that you're not free to leave. So because of that, we're going to read you your Miranda warnings.
Right.
Make sense?
So I am being arrested.
I didn't say that. I'm saying that you're not free to leave. You're being detained. No doubt about that, okay?
Tonight?
No,
No,
right
you're
now.
detained right now.
Right now, like, we all this was.
Detained.
Yeah, right.
They're detained.
So, I'm not, I'll be honest, I don't know if you're going to be arrested or not, like I said, but right now you were definitely detained, which is why you're reading your Miranda warnings. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
See, the Supreme Court has recently said that if you think that you're under arrest, we have to read you your rights. So,
Can I ask y'all one question?
yes.
What is this all about?
I'm going to explain all that after you read your Miranda rights,
All right.
okay? You're being interviewed in regards to the crime of murder.
Murder?
Yes. Before we ask you any questions, you must understand your rights.
Right.
Clearly, Quentin wasn't taking any acting classes in school. When he was going, that is. At the time of this interrogation, Quentin should have been a senior, but had been kept back a year and was actively flunking his classes, which, as we continue this interrogation, should come as no surprise. He has read his Miranda warnings, and police immediately get down to business, trying to get an admission before they lose too many brain cells interrogating Quentin.
was that already in your pocket? I mean, regardless, it's the same charge, okay? You know, you had a loaded handgun in your pocket, okay? And you hop out of the car with your hand in your pocket, or the police are right there. I mean, you're lucky that somebody didn't get hurt. You understand that? So, I guess I want to go back to what you said about, so, when Quentin calls you last night, wants you to come pick him up, you're all the way in Fairborn, you're like, I ain't coming to get you, right? Okay. And then, does he call you again this morning? Okay. So as soon as he gets in the car, what does he say? He said what? What did he tell you he didn't? I know, I'm asking you to repeat it, so we understand exactly what he said.
But you got it written down.
I know I have it written down. I'm asking you to.
But you got my answer.
Yes. So tell me, from out of his mouth, what exactly did he say? He said he caught a murder. Now, what do you think he meant by that?
Here's the thing, Quentin.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think you meant for this to go down like it did.
I'm trying to tell you.
But here's the thing. Without your help here, without you helping yourself out, there's nothing that we can do for you but put you into the jail on murder charges. Okay? We have enough.
Y'all don't got no proof.
No, we got all kinds of proof.
We don't.
We got 2 witnesses in upstairs. One day, you got your buddy you were with.
Listen.
You got the confession that you gave to your sister.
Listen.
We got all kinds. We get your phone records put you in the area. We got enough.
Listen, no, y'all don't.
Quentin would sure like to believe that they're not telling the truth, but they have even more evidence that they aren't showing. When police arrived at the scene, Cam was waiting in his car nearby. He was questioned, and unlike Quentin, he actually told the truth. According to him and other witness testimony, Quentin had approached Benjamin in a nearby parking lot, asking if he could buy a gun off of him. They set up the location, in an alleyway down the street, and a time. Cam was just there to drop off Quentin so he could buy the gun, and then was planning to drop Quentin off at his home. But that's not what happened. Because rather than pay Benjamin with money that he had actually borrowed from Cam, Quentin shot him multiple times and ran off with the weapon.
Quentin, then tell the truth. What happened with that guy?
I'm telling the truth. I don't even know what y'all talking about, bro.
So, you never went up in the yard in Norman and got into that car? Is that what you're telling me?
What car?
The victim's car.
Different.
It was another Honda.
Yeah, the street you're on was Fort.
No, I ain't go back and get in his car.
Okay. You ever touched his car?
I don't even know where his car was.
It was up in the grass there at 155 West Norman.
Man, I don't know this dude y'all are talking about.
I know you didn't know him.
You weren't even the one that said got the 219 number did.
You said what?
You got somebody else's geek. There's the geek was in there looking for somebody else to sell him drugs. You encountered him. You tried to rob him. No, it didn't go so hot for you.
Here's the thing. Cameron dropped you off.
What proof do y'all got that I was with this geek?
Okay. Cameron dropped you.
What gun do y'all got?
We don't need a gun. Okay, we don't need a gun.
What you mean?
Because we know a gun was used.
Yeah.
All right. Cameron dropped you off right at Cherry and Norman.
Right.
Within just a few minutes, he sees you walk down the alley. Within just a few minutes, he hears gunshots. He pulls down the alley. Okay? And within just a few minutes, the police show up.
Man.
Okay? And you're blowing his phone up afterwards. Okay? And then this morning, your sister comes and picks you up.
I was trying to see where he was at.
Your sister comes and picks you up and says, you tell her, I caught a murder.
Oh, I didn't.
Okay?
Why would she say that?
Yeah, why would your sister say that? That's your sister. That's your blood. And she's here telling the truth.
People will say anything to get themselves out of here.
No. She's going to jail. Your sister's going to jail. She had a gun in her pocket, and she was driving a stolen car. Okay? I saw you dump that gun underneath the driver's seat when I ran up to the car.
Yeah.
That's why I pulled my gun on you and put it up right up to your face. Because I saw you dump that gun.
What proof do y'all got?
Okay, here's the thing. That's what there's a court of law for.
Yeah.
Okay?
Because I want my fingerprints and all that in there. And I want Cam to come testify whenever.
They will.
Yeah.
Your sister will have to testify. Cam will testify. Okay. But there's nothing we can do. I mean, right now you look like a cold-blooded killer. This guy was shot 6 or 7 times.
They shot him that. He just got out his autopsy. It was like 12 times.
Y'all don't got no fingerprints, no hair drops. What do you mean you don't need fingerprints on a murder?
No.
No, we've been doing this for a long time. We don't need.
So hold on, let me ask y'all this: y'all find a man dead in the back of a bench. What y'all said? abandoned house?
I didn't say it was an abandoned house.
Where y'all find a man dead in the alley, and y'all gonna come snatch me up because y'all got some car ringers.
That's fine.
You think that's all we have on
Yeah.
you? You're
That's
stupid.
fine.
What else do y'all got?
We got Cam. We got 2 witnesses in an upstairs window. We got. Just listen. We got what you said to your sister. We have your phone number. It's not just
that counts.
Exactly. All those things count. I appreciate that you've been in trouble enough that you probably have a jailhouse law degree, but you don't know what you're talking about.
Listen though.
We're only going to listen to the truth.
Y'all.
And then you sit here and lie. I can disprove every single thing you said to me because I talked to your sister.
Yeah, of course I'm lying because y'all hit me with a murder, bro. I ain't never did no murder, bro. Hell yeah.
Why would you tell your sister?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna try to lie to get out of here. Huh?
Yeah, obviously, you're still lying.
Man.
So why would you, if you had nothing to hide, why would you lie? Number one. Number two is, why'd you lie about your cell phone number?
Because I didn't want y'all to. I don't want the police to have my cell phone number.
Why not? If you're not up to anything.
I don't.
Well, again, you lied about that. You lied about that. You lied about where you were.
You lied about what kind of car Cam was in.
Exactly. You lied about everything from jump.
Man.
So, I mean, where we're at now, dude, is all we got is everybody else's word. We got our forensics, and dude, that's all you're going to have. You're not going to have the like, oh, no, he pulled on me, or no, he was fighting me, or because there's a clear sign of struggle. You guys clearly went around the car.
I wasn't there. I wasn't with no geek, bro.
That's fine. Here's the thing.
I wasn't with no geek.
That's why there's a court of law, man. I mean, you've been through the system enough.
But let me ask y'all this. Whenever y'all put over Cam, y'all say he was in that alley?
Mm-hmm.
That don't look fishy?
Yeah, because you left him there.
Yeah, he's waiting on you. Come back.
How did I leave Cam when I walked back down to Fairview?
Yeah, I'm sure you did go to your girlfriend's
house. He rolled back down the alley on his own, is what y'all telling me.
I'm sure you did go back to your girlfriend's afterwards. Typically, after you shoot somebody, you want to get away. Because I got a pretty good idea that when we go and talk to your girlfriend, she's not going to tell us that you guys were, hanging to her house from 7 to 11, and you go to kill her.
We have your cell phone.
Call my girlfriend and my mom right now.
What's your girlfriend's number?
Quentin seems to think that people will stick their neck out for him, but that's the complete opposite of what's happened. Threatened with obstruction, Quentin's sister, who picked him up after the murder, told police everything. Quentin was panicking, but exhilarated, as he got in the car with the murder weapon, as well as the weapon that he stole from Benjamin. He told her everything, confessing that he shot a man, and showing off the weapon that he stole in the process. Both of these were, of course, evidence of what he had done. But Quentin only thought of one of the guns as evidence. He hid the gun that he used to kill Benjamin, but not the gun that he stole from Benjamin. A gun that, shockingly, Benjamin himself had gotten caught on camera stealing just hours before. Which means that, when police found that gun in Quentin's possession, they were able to prove exactly where he had gotten it from.
So that's it? That's the story that's what you want to stick with?
That's the story you want to go to jail on. Oh yeah, you're being charged.
Yeah.
We thought you'd come down here and be serious, But dude, you come off and you're lying. We got everything we need.
Here's the thing. If shit went down and it wasn't supposed to, the guy started trying to fight with you or something, okay, that could be something completely different than I wasn't there.
Right.
Okay? Because we know you were there. Yeah. And you tell your sister you called a murder.
How do you know I was there?
Okay. Because your cell phone records and Cam.
And you told us you were in the area. And no, that can't. I'm not going to sit here. It's impossible to argue with a moron. I'm just telling you, because you aren't even listening to reason. You've gotten, I don't know how you've gotten away with so much in your life, but you think you're going to you get to the big leagues and it's totally different. Man. So you can't bullshit your way out of it. You're stuck. And you're sitting here and you think you know everything about murder investigations because you watched First 48 a couple times. But you're completely wrong. Because you're completely wrong. We don't need handcuffs. First of all, I no doubt we'll find fingerprints and DNA. That being said, and if you're so confident that your DNA isn't going to be there, why aren't you willing to give us your DNA?
Because I want to do it with my mom
Exactly. Because you're guilty.
Prison.
Because you're guilty.
No, I don't. Last time they swabbed me when I was in here and I got caught with a gun, they came back in 3 minutes. I know they don't come back that fast.
Yeah, I know that. I don't know those officers.
Right.
Those
so
are
they finesse.
2 witnesses in an upstairs bathroom window who watched the whole thing go down. Dude, yeah, you were behind the bando.
Can I ask you this?
There's a full-fledged, fully occupied double right next to it.
Can I ask you this? If y'all got 2 witnesses that was in the window, what they say?
I'm not telling you that.
I'm saying
You'll get that in your discovery packet.
packet.
I'm sure you've heard of that before, right?
Yeah.
You'll get that in your discovery packet. Okay.
I'm not gonna feed you the lines for you to talk. You can tell me the truth or you ain't. You ain't telling me the truth. So I
am telling you the
You're
truth.
actually lying.
You weren't even there.
Exactly.
Man, I told you I started off lying, bro. The second story true, but call her, ask her where I was at last night, and call my 10
Stand up. Come on. To the right.
Quentin didn't just get cooked in his first interrogation, he got burnt to a crisp. Just a few hours later, however, his brain seems to catch up with the trouble that he's in. He's facing life behind bars, which means it's time to come up with a scapegoat. Unfortunately for him, a scapegoat only works when you aren't directly connected to the crime by DNA, witness testimony, footage, and cell phone data.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
I want to tell you the truth, bro.
Okay.
First of all, I didn't murder nobody.
Okay, I'm listening.
The car records and all that is cool. I was just trying to check on Cam to see if he was alright. Cam shot that boy.
All right, tell us what happened.
And he didn't say nothing to me, but I went left, back to Fairview. He went back this way towards Norman, but he kept going up straight, like he about to hit Salem or something.
So let's just kind of break it down here real quick, okay? So you're at United Foods.
Right.
Okay. And you see this geek at United Foods?
Yeah.
Okay. And Cam talked to him.
I popped out the car to get a pop.
Mm-hmm.
but I know a geek when I see one, so I seen him.
Yeah.
So he yelling at me, but I ain't paying him no attention because I think he a bum.
You never talked to him?
Nah, not the geek.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. So while I'm in the store, I come back out. I guess him and Cam window to window. I guess they saying something, you feel me? So when I get in the car, Cam just follow me. You feel me? So we pull off what I just told you, we pull off, go up that alley, come back down the alley where it happened, and I popped out.
And tell me did you talk to Cam afterwards?
He called me bro, I just left the police station.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking how you gonna leave the police station then? You feel me? I'm thinking that.
So what did you say back to him?
I'm I ain't say nothing. I'm you did what? No, hold on. I gotta think, bro. My bad. I was. What did I say? I said, what was they talking about? He was like, man, they on some bullshit. So I'm thinking damn, you about to go. It's over for you.
Mm-hmm.
So then he hang up. So now I'm trying to text him and keep blowing his line down. Is you good? Is you good? Is you good? Because I thought the police been had snatched him up by now. So I'm is you good? Is you good?
That is very obviously not what happened. Cam was entirely cooperative with police and made it clear that he had no idea Quentin was planning to shoot the man he was buying a gun from. Cam had never been in trouble before. No arrests on his record, no stints in juvie, nothing. The fact that career criminal Quentin is so eager to throw him under the bus isn't surprising. The fact that he thinks he's going to get away with it? Well, that's pretty unbelievable.
All right, Quentin, here's the thing. Okay. All right. I've had people sit in this chair right here where you're at right now.
Right.
Okay. Hundreds of people.
Right.
I've been a homicide detective for 12 years.
Right.
Okay. And, with the exception of maybe, I don't know, one or two times, okay, that's about one or two times is about the number of times I've had somebody that was just a cold-blooded killer that just didn't care.
Right.
Okay. Most of the time it's guys like yourself.
And despite having been arrested half a dozen times, Quentin still doesn't seem to understand how jail and prison works. He's in complete denial of the evidence stacked against him, including the testimony from his sister, girlfriend, and Cam, which were upheld and used at trial against him. On top of that, to this day, he's fighting to appeal his conviction. Why? Because he believes police didn't have enough evidence to justify searching his phone records.
Quentin, okay, stop. Okay,
bro.
You're trying to distance yourself away from this from jump. Okay, and it's not going to work, Quentin. You may have your entire life gotten away with stuff that you did by lying to people, like to your mother or to your grandmother or whatever.
Sir.
Quentin. Okay. You're going to be booked for murder. Okay. It's your decision on what I tell the judge from here on out. Okay. And what a jury hears. Okay. Because right now you're digging yourself a hole. This is the thing. Okay. Detective Cope, okay, when he told you about there was a witness at the window, there was. Okay. Now, the witnesses, they don't, that car, Cam's car, he was in the car the whole time. Okay. They saw somebody running from the victim's car. All right. And Cam stayed in his car. You shot this guy. Man. It was either in cold blood, okay, and you just wanted to kill somebody, okay, or something else went down. He fought with you or something. Give me something, Quentin, that I can help you out on, because I can't help you out on what you've told me right now.
I'm going to do life regardless.
No, that's not how it works, Quentin.
It is.
Okay, well, if that's what you want to do.
No, I'm saying that's not what I want to do, but y'all painted me with a murder.
Okay,
I didn't
well,
do
because
it.
you shot him, Quentin, and you told your sister about it.
And
Okay.
we know you were in the car.
Huh?
So your DNA is going to be in the car.
What car?
The victim's car.
We know you were in there. So.
Got in and you turned the lights on.
Cam's car?
No, the victim's car. The dead guy's car. Okay, you got in and you turned the lights on.
No, I didn't. I didn't walk up to the victim's car, the man who got shot.
Quentin. Cam never got out of his car. We know that for 100% fact. Cam never got out of his car. You got out of the car. I know. And I'm trying to help you here.
Years, bro.
I'm trying to help you here.
That ain't gonna, it's still gonna be some time, bro. I didn't do this, bro.
Well, you're gonna do some time regardless. Okay,
Right.
That's the facts of killing somebody.
Right.
Okay, but your cooperation depends on how much time you do.
And I'm trying to be cooperative. I know I lied on the first two, but
you lied on like the first 5, Cam, or not Cam, but Quentin. Cam was arrested at the scene without a gun, so Cam could not have shot this guy.
Y'all said,
okay, you fled from the scene.
Cause I didn't want to be in that. I'm not that type of guy, bro.
Quentin.
Sir.
Okay.
Sir, you just
got arrested this morning with a handgun.
Right.
I know it's not the murder weapon. Okay, I get that. All right. So don't tell me you're not that kind of person.
But
okay.
Listen, though.
You're 17 years old and you're carrying a loaded firearm.
Listen.
Okay. No, I'm not listening. Okay. Because you're not being honest.
Yes, I am. You didn't let me finish.
Here's the thing. When Cam called you last night, he was sitting right there.
Right.
And we had it on speakerphone.
Right.
Okay. And Cam says to you, bro, what went down, bro? You're like, man, I'll have to meet up with you.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I'm about to meet you at your house.
Yeah. He didn't say, bro, I killed that guy. And you say, yeah, I know. What happened? You were like, bro, I'll have to meet up with you. I can't talk to you over the phone. I mean, that's what you said.
Cause I don't like talking over phones, period.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to talk over a telephone after I killed somebody either. But at the end of the day, no.
Trying to pressure that.
No, I'm not. At the end of the day, okay, at this point, you're going to be booked for murder. Okay, you're going to be booked for murder. Come on.
Can I get a call?
When you get to the jail, you get a call. That's how it works. You've been there 1,000 times.
The detective manages to get one final burn-in as the two make their way to jail. Ultimately, Quentin continued to deny his charges and is still denying his involvement to this day. He was charged with felony murder, aggravated robbery, felonious assault, and improper handling of a firearm. In total, he was sentenced to 24 years to life in prison for the senseless murder of Benjamin Werner. Our thoughts are with Benjamin's family, as well as all of the witnesses who had to suffer in the fallout of this horrible crime. Thank you for watching today's video. Whether you're new here or have been with us for a while, check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here, or one of my newest uploads right here.